All right, we are recording, and then I am going to get everybody muted. And of course, at the end, if you guys have any questions, I actually, I love doing these pocket Zooms because this gives me an opportunity to get to know you guys on a more personal basis. I don't like to talk at you. I like to talk with you. And hi, Erica, I saw that you greeted me. So hello, beautiful. And so, I want to kick it off by, I'll start by sharing my story. One of the things that I never do is over prepare for opportunities like this, because I never know who's going to be in the room. And, in this case, we have lots of new team members. So welcome to Tory Bell. I'm so excited that you have said yes. I pray that this opportunity blesses you the way that it has blessed so many other women. And I'm excited to share my story, but then really just have open discussion with you guys. You guys have the opportunity to ask me whatever questions you want tonight, whether it be personal questions, whether it be business questions, or whether just making a statement, speaking your vision of Tory Bell out loud, so that we all, come into alignment moving forward together. I feel like that is so important. So just a little bit about me. I live in Fort Worth, Texas, and I have been part of Tory Bell since November of 2019. However, I have been in the direct sales space for almost 10 years now, which I swear time goes by in the blink of an eye. And I would like to, this is also audience participation. So those of you who do have your camera on, I'm just going to ask some questions just to kind of get a feel of, again, the room. If this is your first direct sales experience, I would like for you to just to raise your hand and say, yep, this is my first time selling anything. Okay, so there's three of you that are new to this type of industry. It seems like the majority of you have experience in direct sales, which, can be good and it can be bad. I want to share with you just kind of how I was introduced to Tory Bell and how I came about this opportunity, having been devastated from my opportunity before. So I was part of another company for 7 years. Prior to that, my husband and I have always been business owners. So we owned our own business together. We are cheerleading coaches. So if I get a little rowdy and loud, I come by it naturally. But the thing is we've always been entrepreneurs. We've always wanted to be in charge of our time and be able to not have a boss. Let's face it. Neither one of us have ever, I can work well with others. I just don't want to work for others. All right. And so when we were introduced to the direct selling space in the health and wellness industry, we were very skeptical. We coached children for a living and had zero experience in selling anything. We flipped kids for a living, and I was really good at yelling. A little bit more, Jason and I, neither one of us have a college degree. And so I share some of these things because I think it's important that you guys eliminate any preconceived notion of what you have to have in order to succeed in this business. Okay, all I know is that I freaking have a lot of passion for what we do. I had passion for children. I still love children, but my coaching experience went from coaching children to now coaching adults. And in that direct selling space of health and wellness, we were able to have incredible success. We built a multi-six-figure income. And that's not to brag, it's just to share with you the vision of what direct sales can be, because it provided an opportunity for my family that I had never known before. The reason the success came was because the desire in our heart was so huge because of the amount of disgust that we were living in. And it's important that you know this part of my story as I transition into my Tory Bell story. See, when I was introduced to direct sales, we were business owners. We were coming into our 10th year of owning our business, and we were stressed out, completely broken. If anybody has been a business owner, it is not easy. And, everybody has this preconceived notion as, oh, you're the owner of a business, you must be the bala. We were not the ballas. As a matter of fact, in that season when, circumstances changed for us, just in, life in general, economically, socially, everything, our business didn't tank, but the finances tanked. And we ended up in foreclosure. We had a car that was repossessed, bills that we could not pay, debt over our head. Our babies at the time, when we were just coming to the end of that season, were a year old. And I was sitting here giving all of my time and attention to other parents' children when I couldn't even put diapers on my own kids. My gosh, I should have prepared with the Kleenex, because it never gets old. The pain never goes away, and it never gets old, having experienced it. So we built a phenomenal business through the direct selling model, having no experience. And in July of 2019, the company came to us and said they were changing the pay model, and they basically eliminated 99% of our income. After 7 years of my husband and I working from home, raising our children from home, having built a life by design that we thought we were providing a legacy for our future, it was all gone in the blink of an eye. And that led us to a downward spiral. I felt like literally I was in the twilight zone of what we had lived through in 2012 to now what we were living through and just been thrown back in 2019. Finances plummeted. And let me just share with you, you might think, well, but you were making a lot of money. With a lot of money comes a lot of opportunity to pay it forward. And we were taking care of both of our families. So when this happened, all three families were devastated, because we were the providers of not only some of my parents' needs, but also Jason's parents' needs. And things kept spiraling down. And in October, we ended up moving to Fort Worth from Houston because we were evicted from our house. So here we were, September of 2019. Not a lot of people know this part of my story because I don't share it often. But, you have to understand. I never wish anybody to ever go through this, but you have to understand the circumstances of which we've overcome. Okay, this is not a pity party story, but this is a story of overcoming adversity and having a warrior mindset, not a warrior, but a warrior, and getting knocked down time and time again. But as long as I continued to get up, that's all that mattered. The stress was always there. The depression was there. The anxiety was there. But I also had a fighting spirit. And as a believer, I also had a savior. And so I came across a friend that posted about these magnetic lashes. And I share this part because it's important that you understand you could be in the same position that my friend Ashley was, sharing this product, showing how incredible this was, and somebody could see the post the same way that I saw it, because that post that I saw ended up being an answered prayer. once, not only was I attracted to the lashes, let's face it, I was an extension wearer for 3 years. And then once we lost our income, I could no longer afford them. And so I was attracted to the product. I had never seen or heard of magnetic lashes before. So instantly I was intrigued. But when my best friend did a little bit of investigating, and she found out that there was opportunity attached to this company and this product, every ounce of my being said, this is the way the Cuevas family is going to restore what was taken and what was lost. And so November 26th is my start date of 2019. The very end of the month, as a matter of fact, almost at the same time you're looking at this now. And come the beginning of the month, December 1st, my feet hit the ground running and never looked back. And here's what I want to encourage you, whether this is your first month in, whether you're 6 months in, or whether you're a year in. I'm just now celebrating, I guess, it's been 20 months that I've been part of this company. And I want you to understand the importance of having a decided heart. Not, I'm going to try this to see if it works, but when you come to the table with such a purpose of which this opportunity is going to provide a solution to, there can't be any wavering. There can't be any double-mindedness. You're in one day, you're out the next. You have to make a resolute decision in your heart that this is going to be the way that you provide XYZ for whatever it is that you're fighting for. And that's exactly what this did for my family. Yes, we had the opportunity to share, the world's first magnetic lash and liner system that was invented by our CEO, Laura Hunter, who is an amazing woman. Yes, we are literally still at ground floor, being a part of a company that is 2 years old. Yes, we are now a global corporation able to make an impact all across the world. But at the end of the day, as great as those things are, like I love having big vision. I love seeing or thinking about what's to come and what's possible. But at the end of the day, I still need to talk to my girlfriend next door who has a need the same way that I do. I think that sometimes we can get so caught up in how big this opportunity can be, and we don't think about how small we can start, that small by sharing one person, what that one person can do and how this can impact their life. Because for me, that one post changed everything. By the time, keep in mind the start date, November 26, 2019. By the end of January, we were able, because it was never a single effort on my part. It was just, the need was so great. I just ran as hard as I could, but we hit the top of the comp plan, advanced to that senior executive director position. And that was within 2 months' time. I share it to share what's possible, not what's expected, but for those of you who have a vision for more, who have a need and a desire and a disgust the way that I did, there was never second guessing this opportunity. There was never second guessing if I was going to share one day. There was never second guessing if this could be the right solution for me. I want to share with you, as I was building this, it was a nonstop mindset. It was a whatever it takes mindset, right? But in December, my very first month building, it's important that you guys know, I had not purchased Christmas presents for my children, and I received my first Tory paycheck on December 20th. Thank goodness we get paid 3 times a month. And that check was $500. And I wept because that was the only way that I was going to be able to provide Christmas for my children. Up until that point, I hadn't bought one Christmas present. Mind you, it's December 20th. Christmas is on December 24th because that's when we celebrate it. And I didn't have any way to provide Christmas. During that same week, my car was repossessed, second car that we've lost as a family. And I'll never forget that day because I was trying to hide my car. I don't know if any of you have ever dealt with that, trying to keep them from finding it. But they found it, sneaky little suckers. And my husband looked at me. I think he probably thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown. And I said, you know, I was crying, but it wasn't because my car was being taken. It was because I knew that I had finally found a solution to restore what was taken. So even though they were in the midst of taking my car, they couldn't take my hope because I had found an opportunity that was going to replace that. So I was like, you know what? I don't care. Take the damn car because I now have an opportunity that I can replace that eventually. I was no longer left hopeless. I was no longer left without a solution. I was no longer left in the pit of despair because I've made a decision to say yes to a gift that my friend shared with me. And I think it's important that you guys know we can sit in circumstances and waller in self-pity all day long. But at the end of the day, that is not going to get us anywhere. We're going to still be stuck in a situation that has not changed until we change. Until we change our mindset and you change what's in your heart. Maybe it's not what's in your heart because what's in your heart are the desires that the Lord placed in there, the desires and dreams that you have for yourself, that you have for your family. But you have to overcome the stinking thinking. You have to overcome the mindset of this is just the way that life is. And I am here to tell you that it is not the way that life has to be. You are in charge of your destiny. All of us have a path that we are on. The path is determined by your action, by your activity, and by your mindset, and by the fact that you say, I am not going to give up. No matter what, I am going to do whatever it takes. And so we can find ourselves in a position where we have self-pity. I mean, whether you're just getting started and you might be really excited, and I want to congratulate you, or whether you've been in a little bit and you're now experiencing true business, a true building business block is peaks and valleys, okay? No business goes straight to the top and you stay there, okay? None on the face of the planet, all right? So yes, we are the author of our own story. So you're gonna experience ups and downs in your business. So whether you're starting and you're on a fast track to sharing with your new social circle and the new product and with excitement, I want you to keep that same excitement even when the mountain starts declining a little bit, because you know what happens is on the other side of the mountain, typically, if I know how the Lord created our landscape, there's another mountain right next to it, which means we are just gonna get ready to climb the next mountain, all right? And I want you to understand, no matter where you are in this journey, you have to have a decided heart. I am going to do this no matter what. Because here's what I know. I don't know if you're needing more time, which is the most valuable commodity, right? Because we don't get time back, or whether you're needing more money, maybe both, okay? The majority of us need both. When we started our careers, we didn't say, I better be rich in 6 weeks or I quit, right? No, most of us get acclimated to the career that we have set. What usually we have a set salary, and maybe we have a 2% raise. Mind you, there's a 3% inflation on average every year. So we're just getting 1% poorer every year, no matter what you're doing. If you're in, a salaried position, and we become okay with that. But, if we have a good life, good is robbing you from great. I want you to decide, do you have everything that you desire right now? Do you have the finances in the bank that you want? Do you have the debt paid that you owe? Do you have the time that you desire with your spouse, with your children, with your family members, with your elderly? I'm still fighting for all of it. Thank goodness I do have the time to spend with my parents because I work from home. So anytime my mom, who's now 75 years old, who goes to 1 million doctor's appointments every single week, needs somebody, I have that opportunity to take her with no regret, with no having to ask my boss that, can I take off? Okay. That is what this opportunity, the gift that is given my family. Are all the bills paid? We can pay our bills, but is there a surplus yet? Not yet. Not yet. But do I ever doubt that this is going to be the way that we get all of our financial desires met? Absolutely. How was that possible? Because I'm never going to quit. I'm never going to quit because I'm never going to stop fighting for the desires of my heart, given the opportunity I said yes to. All right, so I think it's important that you just evaluate your circumstances, that you evaluate why you said yes in the first place. I'm never going to promise this journey is going to be easy, but I will promise you it's going to be worth it, because nothing great ever came from being easy. All right. And I do know this, if we were to go out, maybe it is finances that you need, on average, I think it's so important that we understand, the minimum wage here in Texas is around not even $8 currently. And with one set of lashes, we all commission at the base $13.25. And that could take you literally 5 minutes of a transaction. And I think we lose sight of, you're only one sale away from meeting the need that you have. And that can be accumulative. Say you have a $300 car note that you've got to figure out how to pay because maybe unexpected, circumstances, unexpected expenses came up. And now we've got to figure out how we're going to pay the car note. If you will sit there and think to yourself, I'm just one sale away. I'm one sale away from hitting that goal. Over time and consistency and effort. See, you can either choose to not pay attention to your business and watch TV, which is never going to pay you, or shrink back and lay in bed, which is never going to pay you. Or you can say, you know what, doggone it, I'm going to freaking get up. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to put makeup on. I'm going to put lashes on. Number one, you're going to feel an internal shift that happens because you are going to feel better. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel more confident. And then you're going to be excited to share. But you can't share out of desperation. You've just got to share with persistence and commitment and dedication. Okay, that's the mindset that we have to have. We can't have an expectation that we place on other people, but we have to have a commitment to ourselves and a dedication to ourselves and a purpose that we're fighting for us to keep doing the things that we need to do to meet the needs that we have for ourselves and for our family. And so sometimes that needs to be the mindset that we adapt and embrace versus doing this out of I did it out of desperation, but I did not have an expectation of other people. The desperation was just, I've got to make money, I've got to make it now, which in turn meant I've got to get my rear in gear. I've got to get working. I've got to be sharing. I've got to follow the guides and the steps. I don't want to do this alone. Please, ladies, make sure that you are using the system. Don't have this mentality of, oh, I've got this. I know what I'm doing. Some of you who said, yes, there was 3 of you that raised their hand saying, yes, I'm brand new. Sometimes that's the best to be brand new because you don't have any preconceived notion. I need all of you to have the mentality of just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Okay, so if the system works, you've got to work the system. It's not the system works for some, it's the system works for all, and we embrace it. You're not going to go get hired at a job. They're going to say, here's your employee handbook, and this is how you do this job, and you're going to give it back to your boss and say, no, thank you. Are you kidding me? You'd be fired. Okay, here, nobody's going to fire you, but you're going to be hitting your head against the wall because you might find that you can get some traction, but you won't be able to sustain, nor will you be able to duplicate to your team that you're going to be bringing up. Okay, you don't want to have an individual mentality. You have to have whatever is simple and duplicatable so that I can follow and I can teach and repeat, teach and repeat. Okay, that is so incredibly important that you understand that concept. And I just want to encourage you guys that, right now we're in a season of planting. Summertime can seem very, very busy. I know I have felt the stress of summer, also just getting so distracted and so busy and the travel and then this and that. But I cannot ever say I'll pick my business back up when school starts. Okay, see, the reality is I just need to become more self-disciplined, even if it's just 1 hour a day to commit to doing something for my business. Because if I still expect to get paid, I don't get paid for zero work. And you wouldn't expect to get paid at your job if you did zero work. You can't expect to get paid here for zero work. So you've got to set some disciplines in place, and you've got to set some consistency and commitment in place to where you are going to, if it's just 1 hour a day, or whether it's just, when you wake up, just if you can make a list of 5 things or 10 things, whatever you feel like you can commit to, because I don't like setting goals or setting expectations of myself that are super, super large. And then undeniably, I can't meet those expectations that I placed on myself. And then I feel like a failure. And then when I feel like a failure, more times than not, human nature, we want to quit, right? Because we don't like how it feels to feel like a failure. See, now on the flip side, I want to feel like a winner. I freaking love to win. So if I could just set, if I have 3 things that I have set for the day, if I have a list of 5 things that I have set for the day, I have got to be committed to those things so that I'm winning the day, that I don't go to bed feeling like a failure, that I'm not disappointed in myself, because you know what? I'm sick and tired of feeling disappointed in myself. I'm sick and tired of quitting on myself. I'm sick and tired of not following through. If anybody can understand those emotions, nod your head, okay? But at the end of the day, who was in charge of that? It's me. I'm the one in charge of my actions. I'm the one in charge of my mindset. So when you're able to overcome your mindset and conquer this, you can conquer this business. You can conquer whatever goal you have set, but set it. You've got to set it. Okay. Don't expect something for nothing. Okay. You have 0 goals, 0 work, 0 effort. This is not a get rich quick opportunity. Okay. We're sharing. That's exactly what it is. We're sharing an opportunity. We're not blowing smoke up your rear, okay? But with that opportunity comes commitment, comes dedication, comes purpose. And I promise you, there will be days that are going to be frustrating. 20 months in, 9 years into this business, I have had my fair share of no's, frustrations, difficulties, feeling like I want to pull my hair out. But I also was told that a very wise mentor said, you've got 5 minutes to have your own pity party. And then after those 5 minutes, get up and get back to work. Because again, the shrinking back, the hiding, the not doing anything, the not fighting for what you desire will never get you anywhere. It's going to keep you exactly where you are, is stuck in a rut, on the hamster wheel of life, feeling like you are never going to get off. And with this opportunity, this is not that. This opportunity provides something to change those feelings, to change those frustrations. And it's up to you to decide how bad you want it. And so I don't want to keep talking at you. I want to open the lines for anybody to comment, have questions, anything that I can share with you tonight that can add value. That's what I'm committed to doing.
Hey, my Tory.
Hi, girlfriend.
Thank you so much. As always, you have given us so many great nuggets, and I can just never get too much of you. Hearing your story multiple times, it seems like I hear something else each time I hear it. So thank you for being willing to share it each and every time. What I would like for you to share, because I hear this a lot from individuals on my team, is about time management. And you have twins, you have a husband, you have yourself, you have a large team and everything. You do your meetings, you have your extended family. How do you go about making sure that it just doesn't get thrown up in a whirlwind and, gets chaotic, but not necessarily having balance, but how do you create boundaries in your life so that those things will not become chaotic?
Yep. So I can identify with feeling, I always joke about being a hot mess express. I mean, that's kind of how I live my life, to be completely honest. I am not the most organized. I am not the most disciplined, but I am the most determined. Now, so a system that I can encourage you with is a red light, yellow light, and green light system. Red light is, this, you cannot be interrupted. Red light time is very special time that you are committed to whatever it is that has your red light. So it's your full attention, meaning if it's a family dinner, okay, that really does need to be a red light. Do not sacrifice your family for this opportunity, especially those moments that mean something, or they should mean something, because you don't want your family to resent you. Okay. But and other red light time, if you have a job that you cannot take little bits of breaks to share or go on social media, don't sacrifice your job. Okay. Don't find yourself getting in a position of hot water with your boss because you're not making enough money yet in Tory Bell to say, take this job and shove it yet. So, that's red light time. If you're at a family function, unless you're talking to some family members who are asking about your lashes, a birthday party, I want you to be present in special moments. And then you're not going to resent this business. Okay. You're not Walmart. You are not expected to run your business 24 hours a day. Yellow light time means it's hit or miss. You're able to take a call, you're able to respond to messages, you're able to send messages, you're able to post, and respond back, but there's not real dedicated time to anything. Okay, that's just kind of a little bit of free time. Green light is dedicated, focused time to your business. And at the end of the day, you decide how much green time you have. Where is your green light? Whether it's 30 minutes first thing in the morning and 30 minutes before you go to bed. If that's all you have, that needs to be your disciplined action. Here's what I know. If you're feeling like I don't have time, take an assessment of what exactly you were doing with your time. Because I know the majority of, people in general spend lots of time doing this. Just hours just checking to see what everybody else doing. What everybody else is doing is not going to pay you. Literally, you've got, we might think, oh, I'm really working. No, you're not. That is not production, okay? You need to be sending messages. You need to be reaching out. You need to, organizing your lash drawer is not production either, just so you know. But you need to be learning, watching training videos, and that time should be maybe in bed, not time that you can be talking to people. Okay, your working hours needs to be time that you can actually communicate with people, and then your educational time needs to be time that, maybe you do stay up a little bit later to educate yourself, to watch the training videos, to look at the guides, to maybe go and boost some team members. But no matter what, you've got to, you've got to understand what, Marion, you're exactly right. What I'm doing now, does it serve me? Sometimes we just want some, here's the thing. I know a lot of us will say, I don't have time. But we also, on the flip side, find ourselves in front of a TV, watching just mindless nothing because I'm so tired. I just need to decompress. I just need to relax. That TV, that show, The Bachelorette, that hour of time spent wasted could have been an hour of productive time that you put into your business. This is where self-discipline comes into place. So if you go through and analyze exactly what it is that you're doing, I promise you, you can fit this business into the nooks and crannies of your day and still be able to have success in building and earning income. It's just about your discipline. Not that you don't have time, it's what you're doing with your time. So hopefully that helps, because all of us have the same 24 hours in a day, just so you know. All right, what other question can I answer or comment or anything? Don't y'all be quiet.
Erica, is your hand raised, or did you have a question?
Are you high-fiving me or you have a question?
No, it hasn't gone down yet. I raised my hand before, but Tory, I say the same old thing all the time, because y'all have heard Tory's testimony before, and I just love her. Now, I'm not going to talk, because last time I talked to her, they were like, what's your question? So I don't have a question. You cover everything all the time, so I don't have a question. I'm just glad to see you again, Miss Lady T. That's all I can really say. And you're always a blessing. That's all I'm going to say.
You guys are always a blessing. I mean, I can't tell you how proud I am of this organization, of these leaders, of their commitment. I mean, this is an organization of excellence, you guys. I know, you can see it in your rank advancements, your success, your support for each other. You guys all committed to showing up tonight. That says something about you, okay? And I want to celebrate you and just commend you in your effort and desire for more, okay? You could have easily said, oh, I'll catch it later. I'll catch the replay. I have something else. But the fact that you showed up and you're willing to give me an hour of your time already shares your desire with me and your commitment. And I said it before, and I will always say it. You have amazing mentors. I never will overstep their lead, their ability to teach, train, and mentor you, but I am always an open door. My inbox is always open. My telephone is always open. If you need anything else that I can assist you with, I'm always there. I never want you to feel like, oh, she's untouchable because, you know, I might be 7 levels down and there, you know, there's no need. See, I always believe in people over profit. I don't care where you fall in this organization, that I partner with these incredible leaders. So if I can assist them in helping you with a specific need, then I'm always going to do that. And I never want you to feel that I am so far removed that I'm not here for you.
Well, if y'all not gonna talk, I'm gonna keep on talking then.
Hey, girlfriend, I welcome it.
I'll talk after you, Shannon.
No, go ahead, Danette. Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, Tory, I didn't know you were the surprise speaker tonight, but I actually thought about you earlier, and I was like, I wonder how Tory doing. And to see you tonight is just and hear what you're speaking. I've heard your story before over the last year, and like Shannon said earlier, each time you hear it, you're getting something different from what you heard before. And then you think about your own personal stories that you have, depending on how long you've been in this this business opportunity, which is a life opportunity for us all. That is, like we say, you know, the phrase that it's more than a lash, and it really is. This opportunity is speaking to every part of who we are as people individually, collectively together. Yep, the tears are falling now, because I really feel the presence of God. I don't know if any of you all are believers or not, but this opportunity allows you to meet people that's like Tory, that's like Marion, that's like Shannon, everyone that's on here who have actually experienced something in life that has now caused you to be more determined ever in life than you ever have before. And it's not just about the lash. Like, yes, we all look great tonight with our lashes on, but it's so much more in us, how she was saying, to transform our mindset. Our mindset is at the top of our heads, on top of our body. So if we're not walking with a clear mind, how can we help? How can we assist anyone by putting on a lash and building that confidence? How can we then have the thought and the will to want to do more, to better ourselves first, then help somebody else? I was driving on the expressway and I'm like, God, I need to hurry up and get home and get parked or pull over on the road, because you were speaking so clearly. And it's not just to Danette, like I saw some people, you know, nodding, but you're speaking directly to our heart. And you said that yes, our hearts can be in it, but if our mindset is not there to better ourselves first before we can better someone else, we're doing ourselves a disjustice here. And when you said don't do things out of desperation, but I added to that, but do it out of expectation. What are we expecting? Are we expecting just to have the will to get up and like, oh, I'm putting on a lash, I look cute, buy a lash, please? You know, like, no, people are not gonna buy until they're ready. So we have to accept the no and be okay with the no and go to the next person. People join our teams like, oh, I'm so fired up. I see it all the time. I'm so fired up. But it's like, okay, you're not doing anything. Can we at least train you first before you post on your page and people want to purchase from you, but you haven't even done the step of being trained to know what to do on how to actually sell them or allow them to experience a lash experience. So thank you so much. Like, this was so spot on. I don't know for anybody else, but for Danette to hear this tonight, based on some of the life applications and things that I have been doing for myself every day. Every day I make the mindset to say, hey, I need to be healthier. So I'm working out every day. That's changing my mindset to say, hey, if I'm healthy, I can still help somebody else to be healthy. If I have a clear mindset, I can help somebody else to say, last year, 2020 was the worst year of my life out of 40 years. But what? I found the identity of who Danette really is. And it's part of this Tory Bell experience. It's part of that, because I found the identity that even though I look cute on the outside, if your inner self is not cute, and you looking cute, but your inner self is not cute. You're not helping anyone.
Yep.
Because you're, but once you start your mind and conforming to what you need to do in order to be in position, I'm learning now being in position. I'm sorry, I'm about to shut up. But being in position can be so rewarding, because if you're not in position, everything else that is assigned to you to be in the path of life for you, you're not going to be successful until you are in position. You can have so many people on your team, but if you as the leader are not in position and know what the plan is for you to accomplish, you cannot help nobody else. So I'm going to shut up. But thank you, Tory. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm going to shut up. But
You better preach. Preach.
I'm just grateful to know, not even knowing you were the speaker tonight, and God placed you on my heart. And I was like, oh God, I pray that Tory's doing well. Didn't even know you was a speaker tonight. I sent up a prayer for you. So to see you and know, even though you got a pretty face, like if our heart is not right, and if our mindset is not right, we cannot be of help to anyone.
That's right.
We can speak all these things, but we have to activate it. We have to actually put one step in front of the other, lift ourselves up, and do what we need to do. All right, I'm shutting up. But I love you, Tory. Thank you so much.
I love you too. What a blessing. And thank you so much for sharing. I'll tell you what, I have felt the summer slump, you guys, and not by any purpose, but just feeling overwhelmed with lots of things going on in life, just personal things, and distractions, obligations. And, I got to a point where, I'm looking at my business. I'm not very excited about what it looks like right now. Some of it's to be expected because of summertime, but see, I don't like to use that as an excuse. I say, screw that excuse. Like, we can overcome it being summertime because I can get into action. And that's exactly what I did over the past couple of days. And you guys, $300 in sales, just because I shifted this. Instead of choosing to do other things, and I'll get to it later because I have a lot to do. See, the reality is later was never going to come. It was get to it now, Tory. I mean, I had to give myself a spanking. And that's where, I've shifted over the last 3 days. And instead of, again, I think all of my obligations, but my pity party was lasting a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but I had to remind myself of what I was allowing, and I was not going to allow it anymore. So I immediately activated, a more positive mindset, getting into action, changing what I needed to change. And it resulted in exactly what I was looking for, which was wins, daily wins. So it is so important, you guys. And here, see, you can look at your numbers right now on a Wednesday when we close on Friday. And you might think, oh, there's really not much time. See, I say you run as freaking hard as you can until the clock stops on Saturday at midnight. You don't give in to being like, oh, I'll just, next month will be better. Well, you know what? Yes, next month can be better, but why be okay with crap right now? Okay, I'm not saying that yours is crap, but why be complacent? Why be like, oh, it's no big deal? See, I was like, no, this is ridiculous, Tory. Freaking do something. And I had to kick my rear in gear. And sometimes I need to do that. Even, I don't care what rank you are. Your rank does not define you having a personal experience and living life and going through the same ordeal as everybody else does. You are not void of conflict and confrontation and adversity. Sometimes it's just bigger, all right? And then you have to decide what you're going to do about it. So tonight, until Saturday at midnight, you have to make a decision. Are you okay with where you're at? Or are you going to freaking put on your running shoes and run the race till the end? And that's just going to create momentum going into August, you guys. You don't start on August 1st. You don't start your car on August 1st and expect it to speed out 100 miles an hour. No. Start the momentum now. By the time August 1st gets here, you're going to be going 100 miles an hour because you put in the work now to gain traction. Okay. Did somebody raise their hand? Nicole, were you raising your hand?
I was. I just want to say thank you. I've heard your story before, and I'm always almost in tears every time I hear your story. The people that are on here that follow me on Facebook know that in April I had my gallbladder removed, and for me, that was it was very unexpected, and I was off of work for 10, 12 days or something like that. And I've been sick a lot since having my gallbladder removed, not knowing what I can eat, not knowing how I'm going to feel. And I'm sorry if I start crying. Marion refused to let me quit. And there were times that I was like, I'm done. I can't do this because I don't have the energy to go out. I don't want to put on lashes. I was literally, my hair was in a ponytail. I think I forgot how to put on the lashes for a moment there, because when I started doing them again, I got frustrated and was like, I don't even know how to do this anymore. And the people that were on my team, they were going through their own things. So it kind of felt like the pity party that you were talking about. And I started to literally throw myself this pity party, like, well, next month will be better. And I was literally like thinking, I'm just going to stop doing it. And I think at one point I told Marion, like, I just need to take a step back. And when you said no, earlier you were talking about, oh, I'll try again when school starts back up, or I'll do this when this happens. And it just made me go further and further and further into this slump.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm never going to come out of here if I don't just start doing something. And Marion suggested that at 9 a.m., I look at Lash by Bees live. And so I started to go on there. Every time she would talk, I felt a little bit more motivated. And Danette said it starts up here. It's here. My mindset was so gone. I have a whole nother business that I run on my own. I let that go. My mindset from my health standpoint had basically just taken me completely out of the game with anything that wasn't teaching. I was like, well, I have to do this job. I have to do this 9 to 5 because this is my bread and butter. This is what brings in the money that I can take care of my family with.
Yeah.
I let everything fall by the wayside. I was like, oh, I'm not making any more bracelets. I'm not selling any lashes. I was literally walking around with my hair in a ponytail, lashes just sitting there. I'm looking at them like, I'll get to them. The first makeup fix box came. I didn't open it. And I'm seeing everybody post, and I'm like, everybody's having all this success except for me. And I literally stay like that for a while. And the other day I was thinking about quitting, and Marion says, just out of the blue, just inboxed me. She said, are you all in? And I was thinking to myself, like, nope. And then she said, I'm not going to let you quit. You have grit. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And today she asked me, what was my goal for the end of the month? And like you said, Tory, I am running as fast as I can to get back to being where I was before I had my gallbladder removed. I want to get back to nano. I know it might not be something that I'm going to be able to do this month, but I refuse to give up. Yeah. So I went and asked my team. Now my mindset has shifted. So now I have to go back and ask my team, are you guys all in? Because I can't reach nano without you guys. So this is what it's going to take for us to get to being a senior affiliate team at the end of this month. This is what you need to do. This is what I need to do. Let's get it. 2 of the ladies that are on my team right now are on this call. And I applaud them for not giving up on themselves. Yeah. And I applaud Marion for not giving up on me. Because if she would have just been like, if she wouldn't have inboxed me, I probably would have been like, oh, I guess I'll sell some lashes when people ask me for them. But Marion didn't give up on me. I did not give up on my team, but it does definitely start in your mind. And you have to be determined every morning to wake up and be intentional. And since that inbox from Marion, I have made it a point to work on this business, even if it is for 45 minutes out of the day, even if it is for 5 minutes out of the day. Literally before I got on this call, I went back to the retail order report, put up all the emails from all of my customers. And I said, look, we got great makeup fixes right now. We got these boxes. I showed pictures and emailed them. And now I got 2 people right now in my inbox asking me like, well, you just sent me this email. I want to know what are you talking about? It's intentional. You have to be intentional. You have to be disciplined. And I thank you, Marion, for not giving up on me. And I thank my team that is on this call for not giving up on yourselves. And Tory, I just thank you for coming here and talking to us. And I'm so glad that you were the surprise guest, because I was like, well, I wonder who it's going to be. So I'm glad that it was you. And I love all the testimonies that I'm hearing. And so it is not just about lashes. And that is amazing that through a lash, I was able to meet these great women, these phenomenal women who refuse to let me give up. So that's it before I start crying, because when I cry ugly cry, and I don't want to mess up my lashes.
You're beautiful, Nicole. Erica, did you have another comment that you wanted to make? Or are you still giving me a half out? Okay, half out. Okay, so listen, my final thought, just Nicole, as you're sharing, I just wanted to quit, isn't it funny? Nod your head if you're a mom or a parent. If you're a parent, most of us on here are parents, right? And I just want you to think about this. And this is where I will get really emotional, because why is it so damn easy for us to quit on ourselves, but we would never let our children quit on them? When our children get frustrated and our children, they come to an adversity or a challenge and they feel, maybe intimidated or something's hard, Guess what? Life is hard. They're going to learn it. We've all learned it. But do we ever just give them permission? Do we ever just say, yeah, just quit? Yeah, you can't do it anyways. No. As a mother, that is not who we are or designed to be. We encourage them, we celebrate them, we equip them, we pick them up, and we don't allow them just to quit on things when something is hard. Okay, we teach them to overcome. Marion, I want to congratulate you and celebrate you on being Nicole's mom in this case. And saying, girl, you got grit. I'm not going to let you quit. And that's something that all of us have to really embrace as mentors to other women, that if we know it's real, it's I don't know what it is, but it's real easy to quit on ourselves. But it's not so easy if I have somebody coming, holding myself accountable and loving me and encouraging me and believing in me, for me to continue to have that mindset. So those of you who have a team that might, you might have team members that feel the same way, that are frustrated, that life has just knocked them down, go to them and have conversations, because this is people over profit, you guys. I mean, none of us can get anywhere without each other, but we all need each other to get anywhere, right? And so you just know the mantle that you have on your shoulders, to love people first and foremost, and to be there for them, encourage them, equip them, be excellent listeners, care for them. And when they understand how much you care, they will, you're going to be looking at lifelong partnerships and friendships and relationships. Don't treat people as a paycheck. All right, I want you to, understand the gift that you have been blessed with, and the gift that you give freely away. And that gift comes with your heartbeat, your encouragement, your partnership. So as you continue to share responsibly, okay? And love harder, first and foremost. Love people harder. Love people, people are hurting, and people need your encouragement and your love and your support. And just know, when we say it's so much more than lashes, we truly mean it, because I don't know what I would have done the last 20 months without this community, without this culture, and without this opportunity. So be grateful for what you've said yes to, and the team that you have been blessed with, and be ready to get out there and share, more than you've ever shared before. Get back in the game if you feel like you've been sitting on the sideline. And those of you who have are just welcoming this opportunity. I just want to pray blessings over your business, because it truly is a gift that you have been given, and the best is yet to come. I promise you that. Tomorrow there is a couple of new releases that we have new spirit stackers and new bling, getting ready for sports seasons. Now it's not all just for sports fanatics, because that can be for any occasion, but it's a super fun release tomorrow. So be excited about that. And you have 4 days, ladies, see where you are right now, look at your business, and then just see, okay, what are you not okay with? What are your daily goals going to be until Saturday? And then figure out where you want that momentum to take you into August and beyond, because the seeds that you're planting right now will produce a harvest in the fall. We know that harvest time is fall time. Okay, so you can't expect a full-grown crop if you haven't planted any seeds right now. So get busy doing the work. Lean into your mentors, reach out for help if you need it, and let's get to work. God bless every single one of you. It was an honor and a privilege to share with you tonight.
Thank you so much, Tory. The only thing that I will say, ladies, is to really encourage you to just to pick it back up with what Danette said, to always follow your gut. Always follow your instinct. I think I text or inbox Tory. It was like, it seems like we are always so in sync with things. And when you put it in I think I told Latasha or either Shannon, it's like, I really want to hear from Tory. I want our team to know. It's like we have so many people and they need to know what type of leadership is praying for them, believing in them, that's rooting for them. And so I thank you for taking the time, because in the beginning of the month, I was like, I don't know if I want to have the last call on Tuesday. I think we need something special for Tory to come. And when you put that in the influencer chat, okay, we're having a Zooms, it was like, this is it.
Yep.
So I thank you.
It was a divine appointment.
Yes, it really was. And I pray that you all can really digest what was said on tonight. I think if I cannot, the one thing that, and it really just shook me to my core, and I said, mic drop, because when you said, good is robbing you from being great.
Yep.
That really shook me. Like, okay, I'm good, but do I want to be great at some things?
Yeah.
And so I thank you for taking your time. I thank you. I know that you're busy. We absolutely love your family and everything that you give for us in the Magnetic Dynasty. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for where we're going. The only thing that I wanted to say was, do we want to talk about the Influencer Running Club, or is that something for another time?
Well, I just, those of you who are wanting to commit, for, it is a 30-day commitment, kicking off for August. Now, don't wait to kick off in August.
Yes.
But it's, those of you who really want to accelerate your business because it takes dedication and commitment, or for those of you who need to re-engage and get back to where you once were and beyond, it literally is just a focused effort. So reach out to Marion and say, yes, add me to the group. Because it's an accountability. And if you don't want to be held accountable, then don't volunteer. Because we lead a volunteer army. We don't tell you what to do, but it's that self-discipline and motivation that we have to have within ourselves. And if you're like, okay, I feel a stirring, I need a breakthrough, I need to get back to where I was, I need to go further, and I'm ready to dedicate some, intentional time and effort, then let Marion know. She can get you added to the group. It's not too late. And I encourage you, if the timing is right for you, don't let it pass you by.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Awesome. You guys are wonderful. I love you. I am praying for you, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Good night, you guys.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tory.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Chimed in
you.
tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good night, ladies.